Cruises are amazing. Floating resorts with endless food, ocean views, and way too many people who apparently left their manners on the pier. Today we're going to be counting down the 16 most annoying things cruise passengers do that make the crew roll their eyes and fellow travelers plot their escape to the next port. My name's Andrew and welcome back once again to Tidal Horizons. We're your go-to source on YouTube for straight-up cruise advice, news, and information. So let's get started. A warning right off the hop. If these get your blood pressure up, you're probably an experienced cruiser who knows how to roll with the punches and roll your eyes when you see these. Drop a comment in the video, share a story or two of something that really you see on cruises that drives you crazy. First, one of the most obvious offenders. They're up before sunrise, tossing a towel, a flip-flop, or even a paperback onto a pool chair like it's a sacred claim. Then they vanish for hours, probably eating breakfast, napping, or exploring on shore. Meanwhile, their towel enjoys the best suntan on the ship. I have no problem if you leave stuff and go for a swim or into the buffet for lunch. It's the all-day, everyday people. Some cruise lines are starting to combat this, but crew members are wary of the conflict with angry passengers. The crew is explaining how to survive at sea, and these folks are chatting about last night's dessert buffet. Some even skip the drill entirely, as if they're invincible. Newsflash. In an emergency, the lifeboat still requires you to pay attention. The modified drills that they're now doing are likely making the problem worse. If you can't pay attention for 5 minutes in a crowded room, I doubt they're paying attention to the video in the stateroom either. They rush in before everyone gets out. It's like a competitive sport, or worse, they press every button on the panel. Instant ride to nowhere. And of course, they ride one single deck, because walking the stairs is apparently for land dwellers. If you're going downstairs and have the physical ability to do so, just walk down. New style elevators where you pick the floor in advance have really made things better. Check that out on a new ship like Star Princess. A few cocktails are fun, but some passengers act like they're in a world record competition. Suddenly, karaoke at 2 a.m. in the hallway seems like a great idea, at least to them. The rest of us, we're trying to sleep, not judge the voice drunk edition. Part of the blame for this I put on the drink packages that are so expensive that people need to feel like they are getting their money's worth. We have several breakdowns here on the channel from different cruise lines analyzing who has the best deals. Not all cruise lines are created equally, so if you want to avoid drunken chaos, you'll want to do some research. Take a second and hit like and subscribe to the channel. We might be able to help. You can also find links in the description of this video to my monthly newsletter and my contact information for travel planning assistance. Number 5 brings us to the buffet. They cut the line like they're late for a meeting with the captain, then they grab food with their hands or stack plates so high you'd think they were building a food skyscraper. Half of it ends up wasted, and the shrimp population trembles. I've seen horrifying things over the years, including one lady eating a platter of bacon covered in ketchup like it was spaghetti. Bring your manners and a little restraint. The rest of us appreciate it. The soup is too hot, the soup is too cold, the soup has too much soup in it. Some people treat every crew member like their personal complaint hotline. Spoiler, the weather, the waves, the seagulls are not going to actually be under the control of guest services. Things happen. They will make the best of a situation where possible, and going to complain at guest services that a port has to be missed or changed makes you look like a fool. This is cruising, folks. They dodge the hand sanitizing stations like ninjas on a secret mission. You'll spot them strolling past with their hands suspiciously dry or faking the hand sanitizer right before digging into the finger foods. On a cruise, that's not stealth. It's a health hazard. Hand washing was a thing on cruise ships long before the COVID pandemic. The last thing you want is a 4-day gastrointestinal bug on your 7-day cruise. That's not a welcome visitor to your cabin. Wash your hands. Number 8 can be a contentious subject. Some loudly argue about gratuities like they're uncovering a global conspiracy. Others slip crew cash under the table to try to get special treatment. Either way, it makes things awkward. especially since the crew is already working flat out to keep everybody happy. The crew on cruise lines that have automatic gratuities count on those towards their income. It doesn't go to the cruise line, it's in recognition of the service to you, the same as any restaurant or hotel. Next, the hallway noisemakers. Doors slam like cymbals in a marching band, kids race through the hallways as if it's recess at sea, and then there's that one guy that thinks a 1 a.m. phone call on speakerphone is totally fine, or that music needs to be played through a speaker. The worst might be people around the laundromat, usually fighting with each other over the last dryer on the final night of the cruise. The doors aren't soundproof. Have a little courtesy. We've got lots of tips on the channel about choosing the best rooms. Subscribe and have a look at our cruise tips videos. These passengers are the ones that bother me most. They treat the staff like personal servants, barking orders or snapping fingers for attention. Newsflash, the crew are professionals, not genies in a lamp. Politeness works way better than channeling your inner diva. The sense of entitlement that some passengers display is embarrassing, and I find it's worse on the premium and mainstream cruise lines than it is on the luxury and ultra-luxury cruise lines. Every cruise has them. People who think that lines are optional, whether it's boarding the tenders, waiting for guest services, grabbing a coffee, they just slide in like they're invisible, but trust me, the collected death stares from the line are very visible. Be observant and wait your turn. It's really not that hard. One person rushes into the theater and claims an entire row with sweaters, purses, and the occasional angry glare. Meanwhile, the rest of the ship circles like vultures looking for a seat. Spoiler, your handbag does not deserve front row tickets. Saving one seat for someone in the restroom? Sure, but an entire row is just plain rude. Fine dining in swim trunks? Check. Flip-flops at formal night? Double check. Somehow they always manage to make lobster night feel like a backyard barbecue. This is also on the cruise lines because they don't enforce their own rules. Establish what the standards are and stick to them. If you don't feel like meeting the dress code, head up to the buffet where they will feed you. It's probably time for most cruise lines to just eliminate formal nights anyway, but that's another topic for another day. They light up on balconies, filling your cabin with smoke, or they sneak a puff in a no-smoking area like undercover agents with bad cologne. Nobody paid thousands of dollars to vacation in an ashtray. It's also a proven safety hazard. Stick to the designated areas and don't think you're outsmarting people otherwise. And could the cruise lines please ban smoking from the casino? The smell is disgusting. Most of you were waiting for number 15. Some parents treat the ship as a giant babysitter. Their kids push elevator buttons, cannonball into the adult pools, or roam the hallways at midnight. Cute on land, chaos at sea. This is about selecting the right cruise line for you. If your kids are experienced travelers and know how to behave on a more adult-focused ship, then go for it. If you don't want kids on your trip at all, there are cruise lines for you. Don't go booking a Royal Caribbean or a Disney cruise and complain there are too many kids around. Why else did they stick all those water slides on top of the ship? And the final villain. People who leave dishes and glasses on the stairs or in the hallways. Because nothing says vacation like a surprise glass shard obstacle course. It's lazy, dangerous, and guaranteed to make the crew sigh in 3 different languages. Leave the dishes in your room and request room service come get them. Your pizza remnants and pina colada don't belong in the stairwell. It's not that hard to find the proper place to drop things off. So there you have it, 16 ways to annoy everyone on board, and I'm sure there are many, many more. If you've done any of these, maybe it's time to rethink your sea legs, and if you haven't, congratulations, you're already the crew's favorite passenger. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment with your cruise pet peeves, and for the love of the buffet line, please use the tongs. Thanks for watching.